Okay, first of all, you are not lazy. You are a genius because you want a faster way to have an organized and decluttered home. And I'm going to give it to you. Did you know that a staggering 80% of the items that we choose to hang on to never end up getting used? And now that I'm sitting here in my attic, and now that I look around my attic, I'm actually wondering if that number isn't more like 99% of the items, honestly. Today I'm sharing 20 lazy girl hacks to help you get on top of your clutter. And these aren't hacks that are going to require you to do everything differently. These are so easy. I use the word lazy. One of the main sources of clutter and something that people struggle with, myself included, is paper clutter. And you know where like 90% of this paper clutter comes from? The mail. So what we're going to do is you are going to simply put a bin at the front of your door or whatever entrance you use when you come in with the mail, and it's going to be your recycling for the mail. And you are just going to stick all of that junk mail, anything that you don't need, and put it in there. Anything else that needs action, of course, you're going to open it up and take action right away. You can also toss any paper that you bring into the home. My kids will bring like school papers home, or like everybody will empty the receipts from their pockets and just leave them around. Just have a little bin there and catch everything there. Make it easy. Okay, this next one, I can't tell you how life-changing this one was for me, and I did it a couple of years ago, but I think that at the front door, the reason why it always looks like a mess and why it looks like clutter is shoes. Hands down, shoes are always everywhere. So my hack here is just get a bin. I have this is the bin that I use. It's like a wire bin. You can see through it. You can see your shoes. Just have it at the front door. Everybody puts their shoes in. Problem solved. And of course, you could do something fancy for this, but these are lazy hacks. We're talking easy. The next hack is to invest in hidden storage or furniture that doubles as storage. I love doing this. I've got an ottoman where we can store things in. I've got a footstool where I can store things in. So essentially, I've got these functional pieces of furniture, but they're used for storage as well. Speaking of my footstool, I do have a 15% off code if you're interested in something like that. I'll link it down below. Okay, the next hack, I mentioned my ottoman, and what I actually do with our ottoman is I use it as a coffee table. So my lazy girl hack here is to just consider getting rid of your coffee table. Before I got the ottoman, we had a coffee table and it was constantly cluttered. It was like this open, flat surface that everybody just wanted to stick every piece of paper, every book, every remote, every glass, everything you could think of. I know this one sounds a little bit drastic, but I'm telling you, the minute we got rid of our coffee table, the clutter in our living room magically disappeared. If you're enjoying this kind of content, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button. It is free and I make videos twice a week. I do content to enhance your home and simplify your life. My living room is pretty small. My kids like to kind of destroy the couch when they use it, put blankets all around. So my hack here is just simply get a basket where you can put blankets, you can put pillows, whatever you need to keep the room looking tidy. But if you've got that basket in there, you can just stuff everything in there and it immediately looks cleaner and less cluttered. Okay, moving on to bags and like purses and things like that. So I end up switching my bag a lot for like different times of day or different things that I'm doing. And one of the things that's really helped me keep things a lot less cluttered is I will have a smaller inside bag that I can just switch out from bag to bag. This has been game changing because I no longer have messy bags. I no longer have a bunch of junk in them, and then I can easily switch my bag. I simply have this one little insert that I have all of the essentials. So I might have like my keys, my wallet, chapstick, and it just stays in this pouch and it helps me to keep my bags a lot less cluttered. Okay, so moving on to the kitchen, now we're gonna talk about spices. Baking spices, cooking spices, all of these kinds of spices. You know, they come in these tiny little jars. Everybody has a ton of them. They're hard to find if you have a lot. I used to have to rifle through the pantry to find these. It really just like a pain. So I have a simple solution. Get yourself an acrylic bin. You could also get yourself a different one. I will link some options below. But anything where you can put the spices in and corral them together. And you could do like your cooking spices in one, your baking spices in one. Then when you need your spices, you take the whole bin, you pull it out, grab the one you need. So much easier. And not only does this keep it easier to find them, it also makes your pantry look a lot less cluttered and a lot neater. My next tip is to have a coffee mug that is yours. I realize this sounds a little bit strange, but let me tell you, we used to use all of these mugs. We had so many mugs around the house, and instead, I got my own mug. I have this like amazing Yeti mug that I love. My husband has his own mug, and we just use those mugs every day, and we're responsible for keeping it clean, washing it, and it's just been so much better. And as a bonus with these mugs, they keep our coffee warm and I don't need to reheat it all day. Okay, the next tip is on dishes. So I don't really have like a lazy hack here, but I will say, I think that when your kitchen sink is full of dishes, it just immediately makes the entire kitchen look messy. It's kind of like the same idea with your room. If your bed isn't made, your whole room looks messy. So my tip is to keep up with the daily dishes. And the reason why I'm going to call this a hack and why I think it's something that's good for like as like a easy, lazy thing to do is I think when the sink is full of dishes and the sink looks kind of messy, then people see that and then it snowballs, right? So you've got the sink full of dishes, then the counter has dishes, then there's garbage on the counter, and it just snowballs into a really messy kitchen if you don't stay on top of the dishes. I don't know why it works that way. I don't make these rules. It's just the way it is. Okay, this next tip is on batteries. Just get a little box and store your batteries in the box with the packaging removed. This has also been life-changing for me. Anytime we needed batteries, we'd have to be all over the house looking like, where are those batteries? I know I had a pack of batteries somewhere. Just keep them all together. Take the packaging out so that you can store them in a smaller space. And pro tip, always have the 9 volts on hand for emergency times when your smoke detector isn't working, because we all know those always have a low battery in the middle of the night. My next hack is to not make a big thing about decluttering. Instead, simply go about your day and declutter as you do it. I'll just give you a couple examples. I'm standing at the microwave and I'm waiting for a bowl of food to heat up. I will open my utensil drawer and just take a look and grab a couple things that maybe I don't need anymore. I'm waiting for the kids to get ready. We're trying to leave the house. I will open up our shoe cabinet and I will see a pair of shoes that nobody's been wearing for months and months. Put those in a donation bin. When you do this, it feels like you're not actually decluttering, yet you're super staying on top of it and making a really big impact without even knowing. And it's all because you are incorporating it into something that you're already doing. And while we're on the subject of clutter here, my next hack is to schedule a Goodwill pickup. There's nothing that motivates me faster to do some decluttering than knowing that somebody is going to be coming over and collecting my clutter and I need to have enough to give them. Okay, this next one is great and it's a way to keep clutter out of your home. But the rule, just have this rule for yourself. If you can borrow it from somebody, then don't buy it. We loan certain random things like tools and things that we have to one of our friends, and we just he doesn't have them. We're happy to loan them because they're just random tools that we don't use that often. He has a power washer that we will borrow from him. Rather than us buying a power washer and him buying those tools, we have this really good thing going on. And I encourage you, as much as you can do that, go for it, because not only are you keeping your house less cluttered by not having these items around, you don't have to go out and buy this stuff. Perfect lazy hack. And another way to keep the clutter out, don't store your credit card info on Amazon. This will ensure that you don't make any last minute compulsive purchases. If you have to go and get your credit card every time that you're purchasing something, you will think twice about it. And you may think, well, now I have to go get my credit card. That's not really a lazy hack. But see, what we're doing is we're preventing the stuff from coming into our home and making it easier for our future selves. That's the hack. Moving on to the bedroom. Now, I did mention getting rid of the coffee table and putting maybe like an ottoman or something to prevent coffee table clutter. Kind of the same thing in your bedroom. Get rid of your chair. I used to have a bedroom chair in our bedroom and no one ever sat in it. It just piled up with clothes. And then probably once every few weeks, I would just be so fed up, I would take all of the clothing, I would put it on the bed and put everything away. Well, guess what? I took the chair out of my room and now I don't have piles of clothing sitting around my room. So I totally recommend don't have a bedroom chair unless you're like diligent about keeping the clothing off of it. It's just going to become an extra storage place for clothes. If you have a ton of clothing but nothing to wear, then this next tip is for you. I think that decluttering your clothing of the things that you don't wear is actually really important, because sometimes when you have clothing in your closet that you don't wear and you don't love, it actually like clouds your judgment of your entire closet and you think, oh, I have nothing in this whole closet. There's nothing in here that I like. And really what's happening is you're thinking of the things that you don't like and it's just ruining your whole view of your closet. So you really want the things that you wear and you love to be visible. So the hack here is once you have worn something, and you put it back in your closet, flip the hanger around so that you can see it easily that it's been flipped around. Then, you might have heard this hack before, but at the end of a year, go into your closet and see which hangers are flipped around and which ones aren't. That will give you a really clear picture of what you're wearing, what you're loving, and what you should declutter based on what you're actually wearing. Another tip is to store your jeans on hooks. I'm honestly using shower hooks. I will just show this right here on how I do it. It is so simple, and I actually think that the shower hooks, these are kinds of things that people just have lying around their home. They're not expensive if you need to go out and buy them, but I think it's just a great idea because what you're doing is you're hanging your jeans in a neat way, but then you can also see them all, and that will make you more compelled to wear them. I used to put them all in a big pile, and then I would have to pull it out, and then I would have to refold them all because I would disturb the whole pile. So this is the lazy hack because you're simply hanging them up quickly and easily, no mess. Okay, we're getting there, but the next one is about kids' toys, and my recommendation here is to just simply have a bin for kids' toys in whatever room you have toys in. If you've got them in your living room, have a bin in your living room. If you've got toys in their room, then of course also have a bin in their room. I used to have one in our living room, but now that my kids are older, we've kind of stopped having toys around the house, but they do have a bin for toys in their room. And then that way their room never gets too messy. They can always just put them in the bin. They can do it themselves, which is a huge bonus. As soon as you use up a product and you've got like an empty bottle or an empty container, recycle it. I don't know about you, but my husband will use up shampoo and then he will leave his empty shampoo bottle in the shower for weeks. I say, don't procrastinate here. When I have an empty shampoo bottle and I'm in the shower, I will actually like throw it into the sink. And then by the time I get ready for the day, it's dry, having sat in the sink. And then I will toss it down the stairs. Super weird. But then when I do eventually go downstairs, I'll see it at the bottom of the stairs. I'll grab it, stick it in the recycling bin. Definitely weird, but it gets the job done. My last tip, and I have shared this one before, but I need to keep talking about it because it's really been helpful for me. It is to get a robot vacuum. And contrary to what a lot of people think, you don't need to pick up your floor before you use it. You don't need to go around picking things up. It will go around things. It will go on your rugs. It will go on your hardwood surfaces. It will not fall down the stairs if you've got steps around. So trust me on the robot vacuum. They are life-changing and they have certainly come down in price, making them a lot more affordable. Okay guys, well those are my 20 lazy decluttering habits. I'm also doing a 20 lazy cleaning habits, so be on the lookout for that video. In the meantime, I'm going to link a decluttering playlist, so click on it and I will see you over there. And by the way, I do have a new email list. Please sign up if you're interested. The link is down below. I'm doing monthly emails just with more organization and decluttering tips, so hopefully I'll see you over in your email inbox. Bye-bye.